Hey, what's going on, guys? So, today we are going to rank Disney animated movies. And good deal, chat is up, and I see you guys are tuning in. Welcome. What's up, guys? So, yeah, without further ado, let's get started. And this is going to be pretty much my opinion. And I know most of these movies can easily be A's and S's, but I'm going to be a little more strict on how I power rank them. So, here we go. So the first one, and I selected 29. These are all the ones that I've watched. I haven't seen every single one, but yeah. So the first one, 101 Dalmatians. So I love the 101 Dalmatians. Grew up watching this movie. I would probably give it. I'd probably give it a B. And I know it can easily be an A or an S, hypothetically, but how I rank it on my scale, it's a B for me. Hey, Zachary. Hey, Eric. How you guys doing? So, yeah, I hope you enjoy this list. I know a lot of people are going to, question my, power ranking decision, but, being a little more firm, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, let me know which one is your favorite. I selected 29 of them, so like I said, I haven't seen every single one. So the next one is Aladdin, the first one. So I love Aladdin. I've been contradicting myself, like, for a while. I always thought this was my favorite, but I think there's one other that I think I enjoy a little more than Aladdin. But for me, Aladdin is an S. I love the genie. He's hilarious. I love Robin Williams, the voice of Genie. Jafar, like, he's pretty generic, but I don't know. I think he's a pretty good villain in this animated movie. Of course, great music and stuff. So, yeah, I really enjoy Aladdin. It's a good mixture between like action, comedy, romance. No, it's a pretty good balance. It's all based on your opinion. Yeah, like 101 Dalmatians, you give an F, huh? Wow. Yeah, see, for me, like I do enjoy it. Like especially towards the end when they're getting chased by Cruella de Vil, and then the two buffoons that kidnapped all the Dalmatians. Forget their names, but like, yeah, for me, it's a B. That's crazy. Wow, for you, an F. Wow, you hate it. Okay, the next one is Aladdin, The Return of Jafar. So, for some reason, I remember as a kid loving this, but I actually rewatched it like a couple months ago, and I forgot, like, I don't know, the voice acting seems off at times. It's not bad, but it's not as good as I remembered. So I'm gonna actually give it a C, because I think 101 Dalmatians is better than Return of Jafar. So that's my opinion. I think it's average, to me. Let's see. Next one. Alice in Wonderland. Sorry, some of these images are pretty big. Here we go. So, yeah, this is another movie I grew up watching probably like 50 plus times, Alice in Wonderland's pretty awesome. Like, there's parts of it I don't like, and then there's parts that I think are pretty entertaining and funny. But overall, to me, like, I think Alice in Wonderland is a C. And I know Alice in Wonderland is pretty popular as far as I know, so a lot of you probably disagree with me, but for me, I think it's on par with Return of Jafar. But, yeah, it's my opinion. So let's see here. Now, Atlantis, The Lost Empire. I've only seen this once, and like I like the concept, but I don't know. I just think it's kind of you know. Okay. Oh, you agree with me with Return of Jafar? Yeah. Aladdin, I do agree. An S. Yeah. I mean, Aladdin's pretty awesome. So Atlantis, the Lost Empire. I think. Be honest with you, man, I didn't really care for it, and I love the concept of it, but I'd probably give it an E. I really didn't care for it too much. Maybe I should watch it again, but yeah, there's probably a reason why I've only seen it once. So, all right. Next one is Bambi. Yeah, I used to watch Bambi all the time. Another movie that I owned as a kid. And, I mean, I couldn't watch Bambi again. You know, this one doesn't hold up to me. Like, it is good in its own right. It is. But, like, for me, no. I don't know. Man, I thought about giving it an F for me, you know, as far as rewatch value, but hmm. I remember the rabbit's name, Thumper. Oh, Thumper. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna give a Bambi an F. I'm gonna be an asshole. Sorry, Bambi. Gave you disrespect. Bambi's an F. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Oh, Jesus. I was waiting for them to actually make a movie of Bambi. Oh, Jesus. Like, you know, an actual movie. Okay, so how about Beauty and the Beast? So, Beauty and the Beast isn't really my cup of tea, but this is another one I watched the bejesus out of. I will say this much. I'd rather watch the animated movie over the live action version, you know, like the actual movie. You know, the songs are really good. I don't know, I just have mixed feelings with Beauty and the Beast, you know, but that's me. I know a lot of people would give Beauty and the Beast an A or possibly an S. For me, this one's a little tough, you know, because I'm also trying to be a little realistic, you know. I'll give it a B. People are probably going to not like that, but I'm going to put it on par with 101 Dalmatians. For me, it does have parts that I still find hilarious, you know, quite entertaining. All right, now Cinderella. Now Cinderella, I never really cared for. Didn't really like it as a kid, and don't really care for it now. Yeah, I really don't like Cinderella, to be honest with you. I'm actually just gonna give it an F. Yeah. I think I'd rather watch Bambi over Cinderella, to be honest with you. So yeah. You guys didn't expect me to have some Fs, huh? Yeah. And these movies really aren't bad. None of these are bad. It's just, you know, my opinion, my taste. The next one is Dumbo, and this is another one that I owned as a kid. Watched it a crap load. And I never cared for Dumbo, even though like I watched it probably like 30 plus times as a kid. It's funny, like I didn't really care for it as a kid, but you know, when you're a kid, especially back then, like if you had something, you would just watch it. You know what I mean? Because you had nothing better to do. I don't know. But yeah, I don't really like Dumbo. I'm gonna give it an F. Yeah, totally crapping on the classic there. Yeah, I just don't like Dumbo. Dumbo, the flying elephant. Now, Finding Nemo, I've only seen once. I almost didn't include this one because, man, I vaguely remember this one. What do you guys think of Finding Nemo? I'll tell you what, I'm going to put it on the side, but let me know what you guys think of Finding Nemo. I'm going to let you guys vote on that one. I'm going to go ahead and grab another movie. So, here, I haven't seen this one in forever, but, you know, I love detective movies, but, you know, The Great Mouse Detective. So, yeah, I love the concept. I don't know, it has its pros and cons with me. I should see it again to refresh my memory, but going off of memory back then, man, I feel like it was average. Because, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't stick as well as, like, say, for example, Aladdin, you know? Like, 101 Dalmatians and Beauty and the Beast stick well over The Great Mouse Detective. So, I'll just give it a C. I'll give it an average rating. I remember how it ended. But, yeah, overall, I would have to rewatch it. But it's probably a C to me. That F area is filling up, right? It is. Oh, man. Yeah, I think Finding Nemo is a C as well. Yeah, we'll give Finding Nemo a C. C is really filling up. I feel like that's more of a safe bet. I know it's pretty popular. We'll just say it's a C. Like, I thought it was just okay. That's probably pretty fair. Let's see here. Next one. Hercules. Da-dun, da-dun. Okay, so one thing I want to mention is, like, I actually love the story of Hercules. I've always been a fan of Greek mythology. I love a lot of the Hercules movies. Clash of the Titans, I really like. I even like the TV series with Kevin Sorbo playing as Hercules. But I'm not a big fan of the Walt Disney Hercules. In fact, I really don't like it. I would probably give it an E. Yeah. It was kind of weird because, like, when this came out, I was actually kind of excited to go see it. And then I was like, you know. I thought about giving it an F even, but I would rather watch it over Bambi, Cinderella, and Dumbo. So I'll give it an E. All right. The Jungle Book. Now, the Jungle Book's great. I haven't seen it in a while, but yeah, the Jungle Book's really good. I even really enjoyed the movie. I know there's oops, sorry about that. I really enjoyed the movie, but yeah, the cartoon movie, I'd probably give it an A. Not quite as good as Aladdin for me, but I think it's an A tier for sure. Oh, you like the sequels? Yeah. I didn't mention, I didn't really include too many sequels. Like, I wanted to include Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar, and then there was a couple others I included. But I didn't, because I mean, otherwise we'd be talking about a bunch of movies. But I listed 29. So this will be a pretty good list here. Okay, so Lady and the Tramp. So this is another one that I owned as a kid. I own like a dozen or so of these, just like most of us. So I grew up watching Lady and the Tramp like a crap load of times. Yeah, it's another one of those cartoon movies. Like, as a kid, like, yeah, I watched it a lot, but I never was a huge fan of it. Just watched it, kind of like with Dumbo. I don't know, like, for me, like, Lady and the Tramp. Where would I put that? I don't think I'd give it an F. I'll give it an E. We haven't had a D yet. I thought about giving it a D, but I was like, no, I'd put it on par with Hercules and Atlantis. All right, here we go. Peter Pan. Peter Pan. I haven't seen Peter Pan. I haven't watched this too many times, just a handful. But I love the story of Peter Pan. I actually love the movie Hook with Robin Williams. I think that one's great. Peter Pan's one of those titles that it's either done right or wrong. I don't know. But what do I think about the animated cartoon movie? I would probably give... It does have a couple of flaws, but I really do like it. I'm being a little biased. I'm going to give it a B, because I don't think it's as good as Jungle Book. Actually, I know it isn't if I was going to be a critic, but, you know, I'll give it a B, because I am biased when it comes to Peter Pan. Okay. Oh, Peter Pan. What's next? Oh, here we go. Here's another one that I owned as a kid. Pinocchio. 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 Yeah, I remember that killer whale towards the very end. That was actually pretty epic. That was probably my favorite part of the movie. That last, like, minute segment. Pinocchio's, I don't know. Was never really a huge fan of Pinocchio. I'm gonna give it an E. I won't give it an F. I think it's on par with everything right here with Hercules, Lady the Tramp. So, okay. Pinocchio. Okay. Pocahontas. Pocahontas, like, for me, it has pros and cons as far as my taste goes, my interest. There's parts that I think are pretty awesome, parts that's like, I don't really care. It's kind of somewhat of a mixed bag for me. I think, you know what? I think Pocahontas is going to be our first D. Because I think I like Pocahontas over everything that's in the E column, on the E tier, but not the C. So, yeah, there you go. I think that's our first D, at least for me. My first D. Oh, Pocahontas. Okay, now, believe it or not, the next one I'm about to show is maybe my favorite. Robin Hood. So I grew up with this movie, another one that I owned as a kid, and it's possible I've seen this one the most. It's either this one or Aladdin, for good reason for me, because I get so entertained watching Robin Hood. Like, I've always been a huge fan of the story of Robin Hood, like the 1931, 38 with Earl Flynn, which I think is the best Robin Hood movie. I should grab it, but that's okay. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. It was in my, my top favorite movies. It's in my top 10. But I think that's the best Robin Hood movie, and I think this animated cartoon movie is very entertaining. The characters are hilarious. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy this this animated movie. For me, for me, it's an S. I actually put it on par with Aladdin because for me, arguably, I think I like it over Aladdin. Arguably, I contradict myself. You know, I'm arguing with myself on that, but yeah, I think it's great. And you know, even as an adult, it still entertains me, just like Aladdin. So to me, I think that's a testament. And I'm biased for Robin Hood, so it's like, you know, got to give it an S. Let's see, what's next? Oh yeah, here we go. Sleeping Beauty. Another one that I owned as a kid. Actually, I like Sleeping Beauty, and I like this movie, and I love the ending of it too. It was really entertaining. Got some epicness to it. Yeah, I'm actually somewhat of a fan of the story of Sleeping Beauty. I would probably give Sleeping Beauty. I'll give it an A. I say it's on par with Jungle Book for me. Oh, see what you guys are saying. Pinocchio has one of the worst parts where all the kids turn into donkeys. Yeah, I hated that part too. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing with Pinocchio. That's why I gave it an E. Like, it has some parts that are good, but yeah, overall, it's That's how I feel with like Lady and the Tramp, Hercules. You know, I was just very disappointed. I was very disappointed with the Atlantis one too. Okay, so next one, Snow White. And this is kind of interesting because kind of like with Sleeping Beauty, I've actually been very interested of the story of Snow White. What do I think of this movie, though? I don't think, in my opinion, it's nowhere near as good as Sleeping Beauty. I think it's a C. Yeah, I feel like it's average to me. For some reason, I remember as a kid loving it, but then like kind of like revisiting it, I'm like, it's average. So yeah. Tarzan. It's kind of weird. I never really cared about Tarzan. Like, I love Jungle Book, probably because it was really done right. And Tarzan, I'm just like, I don't know. I never really cared for Tarzan. I don't care for really any of the live action movies, and I don't really care for this one either. Trying to think where I would put Tarzan. I'll give Tarzan. I'll give it a D. I'll give it a D, but yeah, I was kind of leaning between like a D and an E. I'll give it a D. Okay, another one that I owned as a kid, The Fox and the Hound. So yeah, I used to watch this all the time as a kid, and I remember loving it. And I don't know, it kind of lost its magic with me. I don't know. There's a couple of parts with like I forget their names, but the lady, the owner of the fox, and then the hunter dude, the owner of the hound. They were kind of funny at times, you know. They had separate, they had different personalities, and then the bear at the end. It's actually a pretty emotional cartoon movie. I don't like that sort of stuff. I don't. Yeah, I really don't. I'm actually gonna give it an E. Yeah. I want to be entertained. I don't want to be depressed. You know? Even though it has a happy ending, you know what I mean? The gremlins would give Snow White an yeah, right. That's funny. Right? Funny. Okay, the next one is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. So, you know, like for me, I don't know, for those of you that know me well enough, you would think I'd be really interested in this, and actually I wasn't. Because I love Castlevania and stuff like that, so like, I don't know. I was not really a fan of this at all. I've only watched it like 2, maybe 3 times, but that's why I never really cared for it. Yeah, you know, well, do I think it's an F for me though? That's interesting. I'll give it an E because I think I would watch it over Dumbo, Cinderella, and Bambi. But yeah, I didn't really care for it. I could see people disagreeing with me on that, but yeah, I just wasn't feeling it. Wasn't connected with it, you know? Was not engaged. Okay. Next one. Okay, here we go. Now, if I was going to be a critic, it's not my favorite. However, if I was going to be a realistic critic, right? A reviewer, this is probably arguably the best Disney animated movie of all time. Possibly. The Lion King. I mean, it's definitely superb, you know, everything about it, you know, all the characters, the music is like, you want to talk about emotion too. Some of the songs put tears in your eyes, you know. Oh man, and I know it's not just me because I remember in middle school, I think it was my history class, our teacher had us watch this, and I wasn't the only one that kind of teared. It wasn't just the ladies either; it was some dudes. So the Lion King has like a big impact, you know, mainly positive. Yeah, like I said, the characters are awesome. It's got good humor. It's got some good action, especially towards the end, you know. Yeah, I mean, even though it's not my favorite, I think it has to be an S no matter what. It's, like I said, it's arguably probably the best animated movie. You know? It's pretty good. I'd be curious what you guys think. But, yeah. It is pretty superb. Okay. Oh, we're almost done. We have 5 left. So the next one. Another one that I owned as a kid. I watched the bejesus out of it. Actually, I did kind of like this one. The Little Mermaid. So, yeah, actually, The Little Mermaid, like, even today, it's actually pretty entertaining. Like, I could definitely sit down and watch this. It's pretty good. I'm trying to think where I would put it on my scale here. It's not an OS. Do I put it at an A or a B? That's kind of what I'm leaning towards. A or a B. I actually think it's an A. Because I think it's a testament, you know, as like almost a 40-year-old adult that it can still entertain me. Like I could sit down and watch it, no problem. Yeah, I think it's an A. Okay, so here we go. The Rescuers. Now, I'll tell you what, I'm actually a Big fan of the Rescuers. I didn't own the first one as a kid. I owned the second one. That'll be next. The first Rescuers, I remember the first time seeing it, I was like, oh man, this cartoon's awesome. But after like revisiting it and stuff, like, I don't think it's nearly as good. It's okay. I think the first one's a C. I think it's average. Even though I'm actually a fan of it, I think it's a C. Now, the Rescuers Down Under, the second one, I actually think this one's much, much better done. The villain was great. You know, the eagle was cool. The kid, you know, he was a doofus, but no, he was okay. He didn't ruin it. I'm trying to remember the mice's names. Bianca, I think, was the chick. I can't remember the dude's name. Yeah, I can't remember. I think Bianca was her name, though. Crazy, I remember that, because I haven't seen this in, like, so many years. Probably at least 15 years, if not longer. At least. But, yeah, the Rescuers Down Under is, like, pretty dang good. In fact, I'll tell you what, it's kind of crazy. You know, it's kind of weird that I would put it at an S, because I haven't seen it in so long. It's just because I haven't gotten around to it. But no, it is pretty amazing. I do think it's, for me, it's on par with Aladdin, Robin Hood, and The Lion King. For me, it's very entertaining. It's great. Okay, now this one, this one I'd like to see again, because I remember enjoying it, but I don't remember how much I enjoyed it. It's been so long. The Sword in the Stone. And I'm definitely a medieval times kind of guy. That's why I love Skyrim, series I'm currently playing. I'm into that medieval stuff. And I do remember enjoying this, but I didn't think it was epic. This one I'm trying to think hard. Where would I put this one? Because it is really good. Oh, I wonder if this... Well, no, it wouldn't be on Netflix since, Disney has their own thing now. I should get their platform thing. I'll give it a B. Because going off memory, even though it's not very good right now for this one, that's probably legit for me. Because the ones that are an A, I do remember liking Jungle Book, Sleeping Beauty, and Little Mermaid over it. So, yeah, it's probably pretty accurate for me. I'd like to see it again, because who knows, maybe I changed my mind, I'll say B. And here we go. I didn't include the sequels, because I feel like, give or take, they're probably on par. But Toy Story. Yeah, so I just included the first one because, I don't know, I think the first one is the best, going off memory. I haven't seen the newest one, the fourth one. The second, third one, I remember bits and pieces of it. Like I said, just off memory, I feel like, give or take, they're on par with each other. It's not like, say, for example, Aladdin 1 and 2, there's, in my opinion, a gap. Same with, The Rescuers 1 and 2. There's a gap. Toy Story, I don't think there's much of a gap, but I could be wrong. You guys can totally correct me on that one. But Toy Story is arguably one of the best ones. One of the best Disney animated movies, just like Lion King. For me, though, I don't know. I was never a gigantic fan of Toy Story. Don't get me wrong, though. When I watched it as a kid, I did really enjoy it, but I remember when Woody and Buzz Lightyear would get in a fight, right? And was kind of funny. Woody be on top of Buzz, and he keeps hitting his button, and it would go, Buzz, 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 Lightyear to the rescue. It's kind of funny to me. But, I guess, man, I don't know where to put it. It's anywhere between a B and an A. Like, I'll give it an A because I feel like I'll get criticized if I don't at least give it an A. So yeah, guys, this is my list. I know there's a lot more, but the reason why I didn't include the others is because I haven't seen them. But yeah, you know, leave comments below. What is your favorite Disney animated movie, and what's your least favorite? You know, and I'll also do a top 10. But yeah, this is what my power rankings look like for these 29 movies that I selected. So yeah, starting at F, we have Bambi, Cinderella, and Dumbo. Dumbo. Okay, over in the E, we have Atlantis, Hercules, Lady and the Tramp, Pinocchio, The Fox and the Hound, and The Hunchback. D, only 2 Ds, Pocahontas and Tarzan. C, Aladdin, The Return of Jafar, Alice in Wonderland, The Great Mouse Detective, Finding Nemo, Snow White, The Rescuers. B, 101 Dalmatians, Beauty and the Beast, Peter Pan, The Sword in the Stone. A, The Jungle Book, Sleeping Beauty, The Little Mermaid, Toy Story, and S, The Superior, Aladdin, Robin Hood, Lion King, The Rescuers Down Under. Okay, so let me do my top 10. Now, this would almost look like, okay, you could probably guess my top 10, but it might surprise you. So what I'm going to do, let's see here. How should I do this? I'm going to start removing the ones that are definitely not my favorite. So obviously these on the bottom are going bye-bye. Let's see here. So we need 10. Okay, so how many do I have here? 4, 8, 12. Okay. Obviously, everything in the C wouldn't be there. Yeah. Okay, out of these 12, so let's see. At number... This is kind of tough. I'm trying to think backwards, you know? I think for me, number 10, and this is more of like, I'm just trying to remember. I'll say The Sword in the Stone. That's number 10. Number 9 is probably The 101 Dalmatians. Number 8 is probably Peter Pan. Number 7, I know it's hard unless I like really plan this out. Number 7, I'll say so hold on, yeah, Beauty and the Beast is out of the picture. So we're at 7. So one of these I'm going to get rid of. I said I wasn't really a fan of Toy Story, so we're going to remove that one. So yeah, 10, 9, 8. So number 7 to me is probably The Jungle Book. Number 6 actually is probably, yeah, Little Mermaid. Number 5 is actually The Lion King. Yeah, so even though I gave it an S, because it is superior, but it's not like my favorite. But yeah, it's my top 5, you know, arguably for me. Number 4, this is where it's a little tough. So we have these 4 right here. Out of these 4, Yeah, like as far as all the animated cartoons, these four really stand out to me. Um, I think for me, number 4 is The Rescuers Down Under. Number 3 would be Sleeping Beauty. And can you guess which one is number 1? You know what? I always said Aladdin was my number 1, but actually I think Aladdin is my number 2. And Robin Hood's my number 1. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny how things can change sometimes, but yeah, Robin Hood is my favorite. But they're pretty close. You know, Robin Hood and Aladdin to me, they're pretty on par. And then just like Sleeping Beauty and The Rescuers Down Under. Like I said, these are the 4 that really stand out to me. The Lion King as number 5, more because it is so well done, you know, but it wasn't 100% my cup of tea, you know. But least favorite for me is Pinocchio. Yeah, Pinocchio sucks. Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah, see, I never didn't see that one, so I know. Oh, that's one of your favorites. Okay, I've heard Wreck-It Ralph is really good, but you know, since I haven't seen it, you know, I can't include it because I have no opinion. Just like now Frozen, that's Disney, right? You know, Frozen. I mean, as far as I know, is probably the most popular right now. Oh my God, all I hear is Frozen this, Frozen that. You know, same with Tangled. I know there's a lot of others, but you know, I just haven't seen them, so that's why they didn't get included. But yeah, guys. Yeah, maybe I'll do the live action Disney movies next. You know, be like a Disney marathon, right? But yeah, you don't like Pinocchio. You don't like his dick nose. He make a woman happy. All he's gotta do is lie. And then he'll look at the woman and be like, see, I'm a real boy. You should see it being a gamer. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. Yeah. I've actually been wanting to see Frozen just to see what the big hype is. Because I swear that's all I hear is like Frozen this, Frozen that. Like Frozen's like, I don't know, you know. Apparently it's superior. But but yeah, at least as far as my childhood goes, and even now, yeah, Robin Hood, Aladdin, The Rescuers Down Under, and Sleeping Beauty are the superior ones. And Lion King, I mean, arguably that's probably the best, like as a critic, that's probably the best animated movie out there. But yeah, anyway, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take a break. Yeah, maybe I'll do the live action movies next. Just gotta get that set up and stuff. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this list. You know, I can understand many of you will either agree or disagree. You know, it is more of an opinion, a preference. You know, that's just the thing with movies in general. You know, just because the movie's like really good doesn't mean you like it. You know, and vice versa. You actually don't own the animated movie Robin Hood. I saw it at Target for like 10, $15 on Blu-ray. I should get that since it's my favorite. So yeah, I'll be back on later, and yeah, take care, guys. Glad you enjoyed this power ranking thing.